my name is Lindy Sherries and I used to be a Sangoma. In this channel, I talk about everything, guys. Abokorobela, the secrets that we were taught not to share with you guys, how we used to trick you guys, the spirits, how everything works when you go to a Sangoma for consultation, yamatambo. So whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, please check out this channel so we can talk about it. If you believe in God, let's share the gospel. If you don't believe in God, you can check out the channel too. I want to hear your opinion and I want people to actually share their opinion, not insulting me without saying why. Thank you, and I'll see you on my channel.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining me on my channel. My name is Solomon Izangi Shams. Thank you for being here in Solomon's Temple. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure that you like the videos and share the videos, please, guys. If you're on YouTube, thank you so much. If you're here for the first time, if you're watching on Facebook, please come over to YouTube and subscribe and watch. When you subscribe, please also click on the notification button. That way you're going to be able to have access to any videos that will load. So I'm continuing with the second part of the exposure of Jay Israel by his ex-girlfriend called Nicola Peters. I'm sure some of you guys have watched the video, the first part that I did yesterday. If you haven't watched it, please go watch it. There is very, very explosive revelations there, right? So she was his girlfriend, and they had quite a lot of things. And in the first part, she spoke about how he wanted to sleep with her one night. He switched off the light, and then he got some oil and rubbed it over her body. She was like, what is he doing? She was just there and shocked, and how he brought a towel. And after he slept with her, she started bleeding, and he used a towel to take her blood. And he said he was going to go pray with it. Very weird stuff. Very weird stuff. So this is somebody who is actually right now, she is, thank you, Loretta. Please head up to YouTube and thank you. Head up to YouTube and subscribe. I'll appreciate it. So this is someone who uses women for occultic sacrifices and rituals. And unfortunately, she fell victim to that. Now, in this part, she's going to be explaining how her life turned into afterwards. So please watch this and get an understanding that Jay Israel, he is a disaster. He is a very evil man. The same thing that he did to this girl, he is still doing it today. He hasn't stopped yet. If he told you he stopped, he was lying to you. You don't know him. I know him. You'd have never met him. I've met him several times. Watch this.
Like, I can say God saved me, because I don't know what else saved me. There's nothing else that saved me. And how I felt the next morning and after that. And basically after that happened, I also found out Jay was cheating on me. So that was the end of our relationship. But that was just like also the end of like Jay, but also the beginning of me really truly knowing and understanding what I went through.
So do you think he was draining your talent, your luck, since he said when he met you there was a star on your star shone brighter? Do you think perhaps that's at that point there was a fight between good and evil to say, it's either she dies or she gets out of this, because he had gotten to the point where he had drained you, like
a lot, like spiritually, emotionally, mentally. Obviously in the time I didn't understand what was happening to me. I didn't know what was going on. And I went and I found some preachers, some pastors, a lady and a man. They came to my place. They prayed for me. They prayed with me. I told them everything, and that's when I heard it, that you were used for rituals. Like everything you telling us, you were used for rituals. And they said to me that if you weren't strong enough, it would have like killed you. It would have forced you like to kill yourself and take your life. And they said that they've experienced that. They said that they actually heard of Jay as being a fake pastor and being a Satanist and stuff, but they actually said like they've dealt with people who have been in my shoes many times, and they know it, and they know of people who have even killed themselves and taken their life because of all that. So I know that like that strength that kept me alive, that could have only been God.
Was the house really being renovated?
The house, I don't know, because after that, that's when he like moved to Durban.
Okay.
So he told me that the house was in Sandton, but like he moved to Durban, and that's the time that he was now based there.
And financially, like, was he demanding?
No, like financially, because like he obviously told me like stop DJing. I was like, and because he moved in with me, he was like, I'll cover the bills, I'll do that and stuff. Like I live here as well. So when he left, it's like, okay, like now I'm not DJing. Now I'm traumatized. Now I was going through a lot, and the worst part is that it didn't even just end with Jay. I wish that like I had gone and gotten baptized, because that's what I felt in me. Like all I wanted was to get baptized, to go to church. But I was like so traumatized because of church. So it's like, you know, when like with you, if Gigi hurts me, then it's like all the artists are the same, like they're all bad, you know. So to me it's like, you know, people from the church, like I'm scared of people from the church, you know. This is a man of God. Obviously at the time he didn't come out and say anything.
Yeah.
So at the time it's like, you know, this is a man of God. If he can do this to me, you know, who else? How do I know who else to trust? Or who else is going to do worse to me? So then that's when I was referred to like going to traditional healers and sangomas, and
Yes, where's that? I'm just joking. But I mean, yeah. When you're pushed against the wall, you're gonna try to get help from anywhere. Yeah. And are they saying the same thing that the pastors are saying as well?
So, because I was told like, you know, it's black magic, it's witchcraft, it's all of that. Like traditional healers know how to heal you and cleanse you and remove it and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, yeah, like take me. I need to get help. So I went to a traditional healer. She told me things, which some things like, you know, were true and right. It made sense. She told me more about how cults work and things like that. She told me like what he was doing, and then that's when she told me, she was like, this is a bad guy, you know, he used you, he's using many other people and all of that. And yeah, she helped cleanse me, but also I was told I had a mermaid spirit, and and like, you know, like I was told that mermaids are a good thing and all of that, and I should like go to the river and acknowledge them and ask them to cleanse me and stuff like that, which I did. And not knowing, you know, now I know that mermaids are not a good thing at all. And it's like, you know, I was put into a hole and I didn't know how to get out of it, and it's like I dug myself even deeper, thinking that I'm doing the right thing, thinking that I'm cleansing, thinking that this, what I'm doing, it's helping me. Because somebody, like how they say knowledge is power, like when you don't have any knowledge of witchcraft, when you don't have any knowledge of mermaids, when you don't have any knowledge of anything, you're gonna believe something that someone tells you.
It's true.
So I was like, okay, the mermaids are a good thing, like go and do this ritual. Obviously now looking back, it's like I was doing a ritual, but in the time it's like
I was trying to get out.
I was just there, like cleanse me, help me, like
Help me.
So basically I did rituals to mermaids and didn't know that I was like marrying a mermaid. So, you know, I don't know if you know how mermaids work, but like, go to mermaids, worship them. They will give you what you want and what you ask for, but there's that fine print that they don't tell you. I didn't know I was getting married to a mermaid. I wasn't told like the mermaid can give you whatever riches you want. I just was told they can cleanse you. Ask them to cleanse you. Ask them to open your doors that have been shut. Ask them for your blessings back that were taken away from you. And that's what I did. But like other people who go to mermaids and they want riches, they want things, you'll get that. I know, I've seen it with my own eyes that you will get that, but the demands get more. And then it like, if you don't carry on worshiping mermaids, if you don't carry on your part, they can turn on you very bad, like very bad.
You know what's crazy? If you watched the interview with him, am I the only one who's getting the feeling that this mermaid looked like her? Hey team, did she not? Like, he described somebody who looked like you, the mermaid.
Really?
So I mean, did you know anyone he cheated on you with? Not know, but did you know how they looked? Was there a certain type?
There were a few names that he mentioned to me that he had dated before and stuff. Like, I won't mention their names, but I mean,
Famous?
yeah, like, the thing is, mermaids exist, and the thing is, like, mermaids, they actually don't, like, if you actually see them, like, I was scared when I went to the river. I didn't see them, but I didn't know what to expect. But in actual real true life, a mermaid is not a pretty thing.
I've watched Mermaids the Body Found actually on Discovery. I've seen mermaids,
But
and
the
they're
thing
not
is,
pretty.
They're not.
I've
like,
seen
in
them,
true,
yeah.
like, if
Well,
you
those
have to look at it,
aquamarine, yeah.
like, truly, it's they're not pretty. They're
Yeah.
actually very ugly. But why people say that they're pretty is that because they change. They change
Okay, they
their form.
shapeshift.
They blind you so that you see a pretty figure, but they're not that in reality. So mermaids are lucky creatures. They can give you all the luck. They can give you whatever you want. But like, no one tells you that they jealous creatures, they possessive, they demanding. The higher you go, the higher they go, and the more they want from you. So I experience all of that. So, you know, I'm not even here to like attack Jay or play a victim. Like, it's been almost 4 years now, and I'm just here because I've watched all the interviews. I've learned about it so much in a good way that happened to me, because now it's opened my eyes and opened my mind to so much that goes on in the world. And I went full force. Like, I researched about witchcraft, mermaids, everything. And apart from like what I actually did myself, because I would be a hypocrite if I was like, oh, I didn't do rituals. No, I did rituals with mermaids, not knowing what I was doing, but I did those rituals. I experienced what mermaids can also do to your life as well. So it's like Jay was just the beginning, and then it kept getting worse and worse.
It's almost as if it rubs up off you, hey, like on you, and then you start. Because I was going to say, I don't think you should blame yourself. I think my mom has this saying. She says, you know, when you're looking for life, you'll eat shit. You know, you know, you know, and this comes from the fact that my mom is she's somebody who's gone through her own trials in terms of her health. You know, so if they're gonna tell you, I mean, to go to a homeo, what are those guys? And you can like meditate the pain away. You're gonna try and do that. So I don't think you should. You should completely feel bad for that. You were just trying to look for life after a very, very bad, you know, hectic, toxic situation. And speaking of toxic, were there times when he would fight with you out of nowhere, not want to see you, just become difficult for no reason, and then all of a sudden out of the blue he's like, come?
Yeah, like I said, like afterwards, like, he changed a lot to me. It wasn't sweet and loving anymore, and it wasn't all of that. Like, his attitude also changed a lot towards me, and to be honest, because I watched the interview that you did with him, I watched all his other interviews, because like after he came out and exposed himself and other people, it's like I knew I wasn't crazy. I know,
yeah.
I knew like I was dealing with something really bad.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
So I was like watching all of it, but what I didn't appreciate was like if somebody is truly saying that they're a changed person, they've put that behind them. I didn't like the narrative that he wasn't using women in his rituals, because I actually did ask him that in like 2020 when he called me and stuff. I was like, Jay, I forgive you, because he apologized. And I was like, you didn't deserve what I did to you. And I was like, I forgive you, I want to forgive you, but I was like, be honest with me, like tell me what exactly you did, because I know what you did. Because at that time I had already like
Gone out and consulted with pastors and
so I was like, I know what you did. I didn't tell him that I did all that, but I was like, I know what you did, just tell me what you did. And he couldn't admit it. He was like, I never did anything to you intentionally. I think what affected you was just, the stuff I was delving in was so evil, and maybe it just rubbed off on you. But like I'm thinking, if it wasn't intentionally, why did you make me bleed so that you could wipe me and take my blood to a river or to your other rituals? How is that not intentionally? If it wasn't intentionally, like why didn't he call me and be like, those times you were dreaming of snakes, I know exactly what was going on, I can help you like this, I can do
Sad.
this. He never ever admitted to me, and now he's like
That's the
putting it
problem.
out there
He
in the
doesn't take
public that
responsibility
I've never
because
used women
he's
for
still doing the same thing.
rituals. And I said to him, have you never used women for luck? Have you never like taken? He was like, no, I've never done that. And then he told me like which other pastors out there do it. He was quick to like point
Protect.
fingers like, no, he does it. He's like, I've never done that. And it's like, if you truly mean that you're sorry, like, help all the women that he claims that he slept with over 1,000 women. What happened to all those other women? How were their lives affected? How were their lives destroyed? Are there other women out there who maybe weren't strong enough and did kill themselves, as I was meant to kill myself or was going to kill myself? It makes me think like, where are all these thousand women out there? If you're really sorry, why aren't you going to them and apologizing and saying like,
Facts.
women, I'm sorry, I did this, I'm
Yes.
sorry,
It's true.
forgive
That's
me,
true
let me
repentance.
help you, or
That's
something
true
like
point
that.
you to the person who can help you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he's not doing that. He's so like, I didn't do anything to
And
women.
I mean give us, you have given us examples just feeling suicidal, and I mean, were there other supernatural things that were happening? Because I've heard of people, like car accidents, losing job opportunities, miscarriages. He spoke about a miscarriage with somebody actually. The minute this Mami Wata sees that you're in love with a woman of the flesh, gets very jealous. And then did you feel any spiritual attacks that became physical, like a physical manifestation?
Well, in terms of like losing opportunities, like I said, like that investment deal just went out the way. So many things, like usually that in life, not to say I was like so blessed and whatever I touched turned to gold, but things used to be so much easier in life, and then afterwards, like I lost a lot, like in terms of opportunity wise, things just never ever went through. They just, so many things, it keeps getting there and then it falls through. And apart from, I can't put it all on Jay, maybe some of it is also the mermaids, because I went to a mermaid once, I didn't do any follow-ups, or I didn't even know I was supposed to keep going and worshiping them, stuff like that. So they also turn things. So between the mermaids, between all of that, it's just like
a lot.
So many things like fell through and didn't work out. And
how's your family taking all that? Because I'm sure they're seeing it in the media. I'm sure some of them knew you were dating him.
My mom knew. My mom met him, met him on a video call. She knew at the time. I didn't tell my family for a long time. I think I only told my mom what really happened this year, a few months ago.
Wait.
I didn't tell them what I went through, that I was used for rituals and stuff. I knew it would really hurt them and all of that. So I didn't even put it out there like this since the first time. Only like the close few people around me, I like told them.
Yeah. When last did you speak to him?
To Jay.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Was it one of those, this will be the last time you ever... Which chat was that one? Which chat was that one? This will be the last time you ever do that to anybody again.
Jay doesn't actually know that I'm doing this. I don't even think he suspects that I ever would.
Now you did. Now he knows.
And I've been scared of Jay for a long time. Like,
Why?
I've been traumatized. What I went through, and it's sad because it changed me as a person. Like, it like made me so scared of people. It's like you don't even know who to trust anymore. You don't know what people are doing out there. I don't, like, before I was always a shy, reserved person, but now it's like I don't let people close to me at all.
I can imagine.
And it's not only people who can sleep with you who are doing things to you. I can just put something in my hand, touch Gigi, or do this or do that, and boom.
It's true. It's true. And
it doesn't mean they have to use your blood or they have to touch you.
Yeah. And I mean, even in the in various industries, you know, I've heard of different people and different let's go back to what was your phone call about? Oh, Jay, I haven't forgotten. What did you guys speak about?
So I haven't spoken to Jay since like last year when I was in a relationship. That was like, he called me, and then, you know, I was angry at Jay for a while.
Yeah.
I saw him as the devil.
Of course.
Like, I was angry with him. So I always used to keep blocking him, and then another number used to call me. So the last time I spoke to him was last year, and I was in a relationship. So I was like, he called me, I answered, and then I found out who it was. Then I was like, you know, what do you want? He was like, are you okay? And then I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like with my boyfriend right now.
Of course.
He's like, okay, tell him to treat you well. You're such a good woman. I was like, I know, we're going to get married. And then he was like, he said to me, which like really triggered me. And I got so angry because he was like, call me when you guys break up. So I was like, what does that mean? What are you going to do? I was like, what does that mean? Yeah, that my relationship didn't last too long after that. So
You told me it was probably like something else.
I
No
hope
one man
wasn't-
should have all that power.
I hope it wasn't him. But
Yeah.
like, and then a few days ago, like, I unblocked him and I called him.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with him. And I think it helped give me closure, because I knew I didn't deserve what happened to me. But I was like, why did you do that? And still he didn't admit that, like, I used you intentionally. And I was like, if I bled and stuff, how is that not intentional? Just like, I think true forgiveness, you should just own up to it, to everyone, all the women,
Right.
you know, and let people truly forgive you. But another thing that sucks is that in terms of the law or anything, there's nothing that states, like, if someone spiritually uses you or stuff like that, you
true.
can go and do something, or they will be reprimanded. And it's just like, if I did kill myself that time, it would have been written off as an accident if it was in the car, or if it was me cutting myself, it's like suicide. But people don't really know. And how many other people are out there who dying in accidents and weird ways, and it's just written off as depression, it's just written off as this, it's just written off as something else.
And you sleeping
So-
with the wrong person.
So why is the law not protecting people to say, if you, because that's like murder. Because if you can manipulate somebody to go and kill themselves, that's like murder. And so why isn't it in the law to be like, if you know and have, even evidence, whatever, that somebody did something to you on that level and spiritually used you in rituals, why can't they get like locked up? I'm not saying that.
No, good
I'm
question.
not
Because
saying
I
that
mean, in
want Jay to
Nigeria,
be
because I
locked
mean, in
up or anything,
Nigeria,
but-
there is a fraternity that deals with that kind of thing. There's a department
Yeah.
that has dedicated itself to doing just that, and I think it's just within the South African context, it's like I believe, I don't believe. You know, I think that's where we still are, and
But
yeah,
it's
probably
getting
gonna
so
take-
much worse. There's
Yeah.
so many men out there doing it to women. There's also women out there
Listen,
doing it
traditional
to
healers
men.
coming out saying, "Yo, if you wanna do this to someone, I can do this." That's the level it's on now.
That's even how it is now. People are even selling it as just like love potions. Oh, if you want your man to give you money, do this. If you want this, but no, it's not just a love.
You're messing up somebody's
that's,
life.
That's
Yeah.
spiritual. That's witchcraft. You know, it's manipulation. How can you just like put stuff on you and sleep with a man so he can give you money? And to an extent, like I know the world, you know, food prices are going up. It's crazy to live in this time where you don't have a job, or you do have a job and it's not paying.
Somebody who saw a snake in the house.
I've heard of plenty.
Ah, there's
Plenty.
snake.
Yeah, like they were even told to sleep with the snake.
Ah,
The guy was like, a friend of mine can a friend of mine join us? But these girls were like, okay, sure, you can join us. And a snake came around.
I win.
Yeah. And what the good thing that at least in some way Jay is shedding light to what truly goes on, because he's even said that even the kids.
What I'd like you to do, as difficult as this is going to get, because I know a lot of people are going to see this, I'd love for you to set up some kind of how young women can reach you who've been in this situation, because it's not something.
All right, quite so much there, isn't it? People, Jay is still the same. He's an agent of Satan. He's still doing the same thing over and over again. So let's stop this conversation of saying Jay has repented or that was Jay's past. No, Jay is still doing that today. You know why? Because Jay has been totally captured. He hasn't allowed the Holy Spirit, he hasn't allowed God to set him free. He still wants that life. And with God, if you cannot have him and have the other side. And that's Jay. And he's not taking responsibility. Anytime he shows up, he will cry and repent and say he's repenting. That's not true repentance at all. Because behind the scene, he's doing the same thing. When he did this to her, he was claiming to be running his campaign called Back to Christ movement. Jay is a sad story. I feel very sad for him, but at the same time, I feel very angry with the things that he had done to people, the lies, the manipulations, the rituals that he's used women. Jay has many girlfriends at a certain point. Through a year, he will go out with hundreds of girls. It's just the way that he is. So we cannot think that Jay has changed. No. And he has a lot of these victims who are going around. It's sad. It's really sad. But just know one thing. Whatever Jay says, see him as an occultic person. Don't be surprised. Jay would come out soon and tell you he's a child of the devil. And that's it. And you've been defending him and you've been going with him all this while. Right from how many years now I've been talking about this guy, but you still know he's a child of God. He will come out one day and tell you he's a child of the devil. Jay is cooked in wickedness. Jay is demonic. Everything he does, everything he did, his ideas, everything is towards trying to just serve Satan. That's the end of the story. Thank you so much, guys. Please make sure you subscribe and share this video. God bless you.